Welcome to the Towering Tropical Shirts Mango Rum Football Update, where I get to talk about all things NFL. Yes, that's right. Like a lot of Vikings fans, I am coming out of the jungle. We've been hiding for so long. Well, they've been hiding for so long, but now they're 3-0, and it's time to get out of the jungle and get onto that bandwagon. So the Vikings are one of the teams that's 3-0 this year, and who would have thought it? You know what? It's never too early to jump on the bandwagon. So y'all Viking fans, come out of the jungle, jump onto the bandwagon because, well, I think they are going to be for real. And how I know this is because they're going to go up to Green Bay this weekend. That's right. They play the Green Bay Packers this week. Packers are 2-1. Vikings are 3-0. A big NFC North clash. So how do I see this game going? Well, Sam Darnold he's actually looking at right now, it could be like, you know, the NFL comeback player of the year, considering he has just been kicking ass thanks to an offense that has really developed well under his arm. He's got a strong arm. He throws to Justin Jefferson, but also the Viking defense. Defensive coordinator Brian Flores has got the Vikings defense flying all over the place. They lead the NFL in sacks with 16. It's going to be a tough test for those Green Bay Packers who get Jordan Love back. I'm kind of worried about though Jordan because he missed the last couple of games with a knee injury. What's his mobility going to be like? He's going to have to run around a lot. I think they should have probably waited one more week and let his backup play, who's won 2 in a row. But hey, I'm not an NFL coach. How do I see this game going? I like the Vikings to win, not just because of Sam Darnold and the defense, but running back Aaron Jones, who used to play with the Packers, and they wanted to give him a pay cut. He said no, went to the Vikings. He's running all over people. It's going to be a homecoming for him. I think the emotions are going to be high. Therefore, I like the Vikings to win that one. Let's talk about my Jets. That's right, the New York Jets, after playing 3 games in 11 days, they basically had almost like a mini bye. So their legs are going to be fresh. They're playing at home against the Denver Broncos. Yes, those very same Denver Broncos who did an amazing upset last week when they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Been a kind of war of words going on behind the scenes. Remember last year, Sean Payton just blasted the Jets now offensive coordinator, saying he did the worst job of coaching in football the year he was there in 2022. And of course, Aaron Rodgers, when asked about that this year, said ain't no big thing. It's behind me. Yeah, sure. Aaron Rodgers is going to put something like that behind him. Aaron Rodgers is looking to drop 50 on the Denver Broncos. Broncos are a good team. Their defense is solid, but they're still starting the quarterback, Bo Nix. While he has played very well, he is still a rookie. He's going to be playing up against the New York Jets defense that's going to be rested, even though they're going to be playing without their middle linebacker, C.J. Mosley. But basically, Bo Nix, Aaron Rodgers, really? I like the Jets to win. Aaron may not drop 50, but he's dropping 30 on the Broncos. Here is another good-looking matchup. We got the Philadelphia Eagles going back into Tampa to play the Buccaneers. Now, of course, last year they met in the playoffs and the Bucs just slapped them around, spanked them, and kicked them to the curb. The Eagles showed me something last week in the way that they came back and beat the Saints last week, even though their offense was not all that great, but their defense played very, very, very well. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, Hurricane Helene went in there and, as you've all seen, it did a lot of damage, caused a lot of heartache, and even Buccaneers quarterback Baker Mayfield had to be evacuated. So it's going to be kind of a strange game, I think, for them. They're probably going to be emotionally drained, but ready to think of something else other than, hurricanes and cleanup. So there'll be that energy there. But I think by the fourth quarter, even though the Eagles are going to be missing Devontae Smith, and I think A.J. Brown is scheduled to play, but who knows how well he's going to be. They've discovered, Saquon Barkley is pretty damn good. I see him getting the ball at least 25 to 30 touches, and in a close one, still it's going to be close, but I like the Eagles to win that one. Jumping over to an AFC West matchup, we've got the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. Chiefs are 3-0, not unexpected. They did get the benefit of a great call last week, but they still had to win the game outright. But they did get a call last week against the Falcons, against my tight end, who's well, we're not even gonna get into how he's killing my fantasy team. So they're 3-0. They're playing okay. They haven't hit it on all cylinders yet. Meanwhile, the Chargers, they're 2-1. They took a loss last week. I think Justin Herbert he's scheduled to play, but his knee he's still kind of wobbly on his pins. But I get the feeling that their head coach Jim Harbaugh is definitely going to have them ready to play. The question becomes, how mobile is he going to be? How do I see this game going? Well, until you beat the champs, I'm always going to take them. So I don't think this is the game that they lose. I think that they play again later on in the season when I think they'll have a better idea. The Chargers will have a better idea of how they really match up. But once again, I like Pat Mahomes, and I think Travis Kelce is going to have a breakout game this week. I like the Chiefs to win. And finally, the Sunday night matchup. Yes, another team that's 3-0 that nobody thought that was going to happen is the Buffalo Bills. And they're not only 3-0, they've been rolling everybody. Josh Allen, slight dig at Stephon Diggs when he said, like, hey, now my teammates, they don't care who gets the ball. You know, they don't care about numbers, they just want to win. Well, right now he's having an MVP type season. They're 3-0. And they, like I said, have been rolling over everybody. The defense even played better than expected. Meanwhile, the Ravens got off the mat last week when they went into Dallas and like slapped the Cowboys around. Although the Cowboys made it interesting in the end, which still shows me that the Ravens haven't exactly figured out how to close games yet. How do I see this game going? They're playing at home. You know what? I think the Ravens, they match up well. I think they're going to win that one. So those are the games. Now, how did I do last week? Well, this Space Cowboy went 4-1. Yay! Winning percentage of 667 because I am now 10-5. Yay! Let's see if the good luck keeps on rolling for me. So, enjoy the games, everybody. Have fun. If you are, in a place where you've got AC, more power to you. Enjoy the games, and I will see everybody next week.